Hey YouTube, this is the Robinhood investor. Hope you had a great day of trading. And as always, I really appreciate your support. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to learn more about investing, subscribe to this channel. Today I'm going to provide an update on my Robinhood portfolio. Currently I'm at $297,192, cash position of almost $28,000. I also have another $30,000 in a high yield savings account so I can easily deploy into the market when there are opportunities to buy. Most of my portfolio is in US equities, and the market has been extremely optimistic, even with all the uncertainty. Scrolling down a bit, taking a look at my portfolio, my largest position is VOO, Vanguard S&P 500 ETF. And since I cannot beat the market, might as well have a piece of it in 500 largest US companies. This position makes up 16.99% portfolio, or $45,751, up 16.86%. Next is VGT, Vanguard Information Technology ETF, which is exposed to some of the largest technology companies. This makes up 7.1%, or $19,115, up 108%. Next is Schwab Large Cap ETF, very similar to VOO. This makes up 4.64% portfolio, or $12,486, up 31%. Apple, which is my largest stock position, this is makes up 7.64% portfolio, or $20,581, up 130%. So majority of Apple's revenue is consumer electronics, specifically the iPhone, and as they continue to build up their service business as well as accessories like wearables, I think Apple is a good long-term position to hold. Also, they pay a solid dividend yield, and Warren Buffett, one of the wealthiest investors, value investors specifically, has a large position in Apple. Microsoft, they're in the enterprise solution space, and I think with their cloud business growing, Microsoft has a lot of potential upside. This makes up 5.63% portfolio, or $15,169, up 139% on this position. NVIDIA, which is big in the GPU space, and I think with artificial intelligence being greater in demand, NVIDIA has a lot of potential growth. This makes a 5.26% portfolio, or $14,168, up 110% on this position. Alibaba, which is big in the e-commerce space and cloud computing, specifically in China. This makes up 5.17% portfolio, or $13,920, up 42% on this position. Amazon, which is big in e-commerce and cloud computing in the United States. This makes a 4.56% portfolio, or $12,266, up 158% on this position. In Amazon, it finally broke the $3,000 per share, and right now it's trading at all-time highs. So you can see 52-week high is $3,059, but currently it's priced at $3,066. And it's been surging ever since current climate, greater demand in online shopping. Visa, I think Visa has a strong position in the payment processing space, especially with e-commerce growing. Visa will definitely be a beneficiary, and as things reopen, Visa will continue to benefit. This makes a 4.4% portfolio, or $11,848, up 78% on this position. Alphabet Class A shares, which has voting rights. The majority of the revenue is in online advertisements, so this makes up 2.23% portfolio, or $5,998, up 45%. Alphabet Class C shares, which does not have voting rights, makes up 1.67% portfolio, or $4,487, up 50% on this position. Tencent, which is big in social media and gaming in China, and they also have some exposures to payment processing. This makes up 3.84% portfolio, or $10,336, up 57% on this position. And recently it's been surging, as you can see. Next is Johnson & Johnson, which is big in The healthcare space, very solid dividend yield. They're in pharmaceuticals, consumer healthcare, as well as medical devices. This makes up 3.08% portfolio, or $8,300, up 10.48% on this position. Facebook, majority of the revenue is online advertisements, similar to Google, and they play a duopoly role with Google. And Facebook's platforms include not only their Facebook social media, but Instagram, WhatsApp, and Oculus Rift, VR, virtual reality. I think there's a lot of potential growth in the long term. This makes up 3% portfolio, or $8,177, up 44.47% on this position. United Health, which is also big in the healthcare space. This makes up 2.14% portfolio, or $5,753, up 75% on this position. McDonald's, which is also another good dividend growth stock. This makes up 2.1% portfolio, or $5,655, up 17.26%. This is one of the largest restaurant chains in the world, and as things reopen, McDonald's will definitely grow in the revenue. But in the meantime, there's a lot of delivery on restaurant aggregators like Uber Eats and Grubhub and DoorDash. McDonald's are on those platforms, so they can still deliver to the customers. Boeing, which is big in the aerospace and defense industry, they definitely took a hit with the current climate when no one's flying or going on vacations or traveling. This makes up 2.09% portfolio, or $5,614. I'm down 16.88%, but I plan to continue holding this in the long term because I think Boeing is gonna have great long-term return in the long run. So holding it still, and don't plan on selling. I'm just gonna hold. AT&T, which is a solid dividend stock. They don't have as much capital appreciation, but they have a solid dividend yield. They do have a big debt load, but I think it's still a good long-term hold. This I'm down 15%. This makes up 1.69% portfolio, or $4,544. And I think there's a lot of potential growth, not just in online streaming. So HBO Max, their recent platform that they released, it's competitor to Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon Prime. I think that's one of their growth drivers that'll help their revenue increase. Home Depot, which is in the home improvement space, makes up 1.67% portfolio, or $4,491, up 64%. PayPal, which is in the payment processing space, and with the online e-commerce growing, PayPal will definitely benefit from that trend. This makes up 1.58% portfolio, or $4,259, up 131%. Oops. So after PayPal, you can see there's Costco. This makes up 1.5% portfolio, or $4,049, up 29%. So this is one of they're in the warehouse retail space, so you can buy in bulk, and they have a really solid retention rate of their membership, and this is their monthly retention is, I think, really about over 90%, so very solid in terms of retaining the customers. Next is Berkshire Hathaway, which is Warren Buffett's company. It's a very solid holdings company. They own a lot of large companies wholly as well as partially, and one of the largest positions is Apple. They make up 1.22% portfolio, or $3,291, down 1.13%. Berkshire doesn't pay a dividend yield, but I think in the long run, they will continue to have capital appreciation from their holdings. 3M is a solid dividend stock, makes up 1.17% portfolio, or $3,162, down 18%. Even though I'm down on this position, I plan to continue holding long term. Next is PepsiCo, which is another good dividend stock, makes up 1.14% portfolio or $3,065, up 12.4%. So even with so it's I think they're a little more diversified than Coca-Cola. So not only do they have beverages, they also have snacks, which I think Pepsi is a bit better hold than Coca-Cola. Next is Baozun, which is a Shopify of China. This makes up 1.04% portfolio or $2,790, up 26.16%. Next are Energy. This makes up 0.83% portfolio or $2,221, up 40.84%. Activision Blizzard makes up 0.7% portfolio or $1,888, up 19.61%. And I think with gaming on the rise as well as competitive gaming, I think Activision will benefit from that trend. Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company makes up 0.71% portfolio or $1,918, up 37.6%. So they fabricate a lot of the semiconductor chips. So whether it's CPUs or GPUs, TSM helps manufactures those chips. Next is Cisco, which is a networking company, networking communications. This makes up 0.64% portfolio or $1,717, up 10.22%. And I think they also pay a dividend yield, so that's pretty solid. Next is Disney. Majority of revenue is entertainment, whether it's their parks or streaming. I think there's a lot of potential growth for the streaming, and once things reopen, then their parks and entertainment will see a rise in revenue. This makes up 0.64% portfolio or $1,716, up 11.73%. Trade Desk, which is in the programmatic advertisement space. So even though Google and Facebook make up majority of the online ad space, there's a lot of ad space outside of those platforms, and Trade Desk helps with that. So this makes up 0.33% portfolio or $894. I'm up 53.59% on this position. Baidu, which is the Google of China, they have search as well as artificial intelligence as well as special projects. This makes up 0.54% portfolio or $1,463. I'm down 27.86% on this position, but I plan to continue holding this long term. Constellation Brands, which is in the beer, wine, and spirit space, and they also have some exposure to Canopy Growth, cannabis company. This makes up 0.21% portfolio or $559, down 15.74% on this position. Plan to continue holding this long term even though I'm down. iQIYI, which is like the Netflix of China, this makes up 0.18% portfolio or $481. I'm down 20.57% on this position. Vanguard Mega Cap Value ETF, which is a value ETF. This makes up 0.61% portfolio or $1,633, up 11.48%. Vanguard Consumer Discretionary ETF, which has exposure to the consumer discretionary space, which is the opposite of consumer staples, which people need. Consumer discretionary has more volatility and moves stronger than the staples sector. This makes up 0.86% portfolio or $2,306, up 69%. Last but not least is Vanguard Healthcare ETF. This makes up 0.66% portfolio or $1,776, up 52%. So that's all in my Robinhood portfolio. I plan to continue holding these stocks and ETFs and buying more stocks, preferably a good balance between dividend-paying stocks and growth stocks. I also plan on increasing my cash position, currently at almost $28,000 in my Robinhood account and $30,000 in a high-yield savings account, so I can easily buy when there are opportunities to buy. That's all for this video. What are your thoughts on my portfolio and what's in your portfolio? Comment down below. I'm going to use my referral links below, and both of us get $20 for using personal capital or free stock for using Robinhood. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to learn about investing, subscribe to this channel. See you in the next video.